Hello, we are today here at the World Mobile Congress at Comarch booth with Nancee Ruzicka. Nancee, welcome on the Comarch booth. I'm glad to host you there and also ask a couple of questions. So, what functional areas do you think will be the most important for telco operators this year? Well, the question is, where do you think those operators will invest most?
Right now we're going to see a lot of investment in assurance. They've been rolling out a lot of new network equipment, a lot of new infrastructure, and eventually you have to worry about how to manage that and how to make sure that it's all working. So there's going to be a fair amount of investment in insurance. Also in automation and tying up processes around order management, order capture to activation from the device in your hand to the core of the network. So there's still a lot of work going on in that space as well.
Okay, great. So you basically touched on my next question, which was about your opinion about automation of order to cash process within the scope of product management, service fulfillment. So do you think that this is the necessary steps for telcos these times, and do you believe that it will shorten time to market, really?
Absolutely, and you have to be able to do that and have those processes implemented seamlessly and automated so that you can turn devices on and off, you can turn applications and features and functions on and off. If you're talking about connected devices and machine to machine, that all has to happen very seamlessly and very quickly without any people involved, because the margins are so thin that you don't make money on it if you can't do it seamlessly and if you can't do it in an automated way. So it's critically important, and there's a lot of effort and a lot of requirements around how do I do that.
Absolutely. You also touched a very interesting topic also from my private perspective, as I'm interested in M2M and connected devices. Is there also, in your opinion, the domain that will be stronger and larger year by year starting from now?
M2M will be. I think it's like a lot of things in this industry, hasn't maybe happened as quickly as we would have hoped. But I think part of that is that operators have to understand how to monetize it. They have to understand how to get their systems and capabilities aligned, again, in that seamless way so that they can get things done quickly. I think we're past talking about it, and we're seeing people actually start to do things and roll out capabilities and implement services and talk to customers in various industries. So it's starting starting kind of slow, but it is happening.
All right. So do you think that this is still yet this year to be investing in the capabilities? It's not yet time for monetizing, or is it already like the right time for really seriously consider this is the area for monetizing?
Probably not quite yet. There's still a bit of a learning curve around how best to do it, and some of the industry-specific things about how to deploy it for energy, or how to deploy it for healthcare, or how to deploy it for logistics. So I think there's still a learning curve there, and then the serious monetization starts.
Perfect. Well, then I have also something related with the latest tendencies towards infrastructure sharing, so which is a big thing right now. So how do you think this will impact the BSS OSS ecosystem? What role do you think will be the OSS service layer and resource network layer for ServCo and NetCo?
There's a lot of that happening, and in the whole NetCo ServCo service company or operating company, that separation happening, and so you end up with a centralized sort of a network company that's running everything. So you see a centralized OSS function around the NOC and the service performance management and that sort of thing that handles the network and does all those things, and then distributes data off to the service companies that then use that for all of their kind of work. And so we're seeing that across the board, and in some cases you might say that narrows the market a little bit, because there's going to be less duplication around the NetCo, but you're going to have more efforts on the services side. So it sort of balances out in the end. But there's a lot of things happening in that space, and the carriers and the operators are sort of moving to that data-driven model where they can make better use of that data across the board and just do a better job, hopefully, for their customers. Being customers, we would like them to do a better job. So.
Definitely, I share also your view. So I would like to thank you for visiting us here at this event and also sharing your vision and opinion about the current market tendencies and situation. So thank you one more time. Thank you for coming.
Thanks.